The November 3rd election includes a sales tax issue in Grand Prairie. Voters are being asked whether the Crime Control and Prevention District should be continued for 20 years and whether the Crime Control and Prevention District 1/4 cent sales tax should be continued for 20 years. The CCPD sales tax was initially authorized by voters in 2007 to pay for the public safety building. In 2012, voters extended the 1/4 cent sales tax for 10 years. In 2013, voters agreed to also use the sales tax to hire and equip police officers. The majority of the CCPD sales tax currently pays for community policing-related positions and initiatives, including mental health, community engagement, public education, youth services, and other efforts to prevent crime by building inclusive relationships.
In Grand Prairie, our population is surging, which is a good thing, but to keep our citizens safe, we need to keep pace with about 1.5 police officers for every 1,000 residents. So to put that in perspective, over the last decade or so, we've increased by about 15%, probably more, and our crime has gone down to 44%. That is something we're very proud of, but it is because we have the personnel and equipment to keep our citizens safe.
If the measure is approved after the PSB is paid off, all revenue from the 1/4 cent sales tax would be used to hire, equip, and train police officers. If the measure is not approved, the city would need to absorb $8 million into the budget to hire, equip, and train police officers by eliminating police and city services, or by asking voters to raise property taxes by 4 to 6 cents per $100 assessed value. In addition, the current sales tax of 8.25% would be reduced to 8%. Early voting is available from October 13th through October 30th. On November 3rd, the polls are open from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m. For more information, visit gptx.org/elections.
Like so many other things in 2020, National Night Out in Grand Prairie will look completely different this year. The annual campaign that involves all 50 states and thousands of communities usually brings law enforcement officers and first responders together with local officials and citizens so they can mingle at block parties, cookouts, and other social gatherings.
1, 2, 3.
But due to the ongoing pandemic, that won't be possible. So instead, on October 6th, the Grand Prairie Police Department will stage a National Night Out parade that will feature police and fire personnel and vehicles and elected officials. The 15-mile cruise will start at 6 p.m. at the Gateway Church on Carrier Parkway in North Grand Prairie and head south all the way to Joe Pool Lake before coming to an end at Fire Station number 10 on the Grand Peninsula. The GPPD is also encouraging classic car owners to join the parade and inviting citizens to gather along the parade route to watch and wave.
Listen, right now more than ever, we really need love and unity in our community. I think in Grand Prairie, we lead the nation in that, but why not show a little extra love on October the 6th, that's a Tuesday night, by coming out, lining Carrier, and showing each other at least a friendly wave and 6 feet apart and showing love to one another.
Chief Cesny says there will be a 50-car limit, so anyone who is interested should register immediately. You'll find a registration form and more information at grandprairiepolice.org/NNO.
The barrel. Grand Prairie Police are joining forces with Trusted World to help struggling families. Trusted World collects donations of food, clothing, and personal care items. Then it supplies those items to police, teachers, and others who know families that need help.
We allow the officers and school counselors, when they see a need, rather than reaching into their own wallet to try to take care of that need, they can actually order those resources off of our website, and we provide it back to them within 24 to 48 hours at no cost.
On Wednesday, the relief agency dropped off collection barrels and picked up a sizable donation at GPPD. Officials say the new partnership will be a valuable resource for officers.
A lot of times people, they don't want to ask you, they don't want to ask for anything. So what the officer can do, can go in and just look around, and you know when you see an empty refrigerator that someone's in need. So the officer can come back, order supplies, and take them back to the house. A lot of times the individual is not even expecting anything, which makes it even better.
Trusted World says it welcomes donations of any size to help it meet the challenges created by COVID-19.
We are always in need of clothing, food, and toiletries, non-perishable food. We're always looking for new underwear, and you can also support us financially by going to trustedworld.org and clicking on our donation button.
For more information or to make a donation, visit trustedworld.org.
The Grand Prairie Farmers Market has been recognized again as the best in Texas. The city's popular Saturday morning downtown venue on Main Street was voted the #1 farmers market in the state for 2020 in a poll by American Farmland Trust, a national organization that supports farmers, protects farmland, and promotes farmers markets. It's the 4th time since 2015 that Grand Prairie has been voted #1 in the Lone Star State, and officials say that getting this kind of recognition in a year that the coronavirus pandemic has meant a delayed opening and restrictions ever since makes it extra rewarding.
Doing this well in the vote and being recognized as the #1 farmers market in Texas during the COVID moment when we are very limited and we're really at a small scale, people are still supporting and they're still coming out and they're really behind it. And I think they're waiting for all the ability to go back and do all those cool things that we do here. You know, the hatch and the crawfish and all of the cool things that bring the whole community out.
The market is open from 8 a.m. to noon every Saturday through mid-December, except for the weekends before and after Thanksgiving. For more information, visit gptx.org/farmersmarket.